Alright guys, welcome back. This is the first week of May, and despite the fact that April is over, for some reason we still have WTF with the 52 comics. We have a few scrabblers, and apparently, well, we'll get to that when we get to DC. But first things first, we're going to introduce our newest member of this week's releases. This is Mara Whiteside. She founded the blog. She is in charge of all of us. And she does other things. You want to talk to you about yourself a little bit?
Well, I am a doctoral student. I do comic book research, and I'm very excited to be going to Comic-Con this year to present some research on bibliotherapy and comic books and transportation data, and also
San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego Comic-Con.
I
also
just say Comic-Con. We know what you're talking
I
about.
like how she's excited about that, but she's not excited about getting married to me.
Sure, I wouldn't be either.
I'm engaged to him.
I'm getting married to her.
It's
And,
gross.
You can also, as well as find me on this blog, you can find me editing nerdspan.com and writing for talkingcomics.com.
So there's a lot of websites where you can find Mara, including this one.
Like you looked at your watch. You know watch.
I know, it's like Phantom Pains, like when Herschel on The Walking Dead's talking about how he's wiggling his toes, being he got no foot.
Spoiler!
Okay, that was like 6 months ago. It's not a spoiler.
Some of us are in grad school and cannot watch TV right now.
Well, some of us.
Though, right? I mean, for the semester.
For about a couple weeks, yes.
Nice.
There you go. Well, I'm sure you're ready for some comic books. You know, maybe. I don't know. Mara is going to be handling the smaller publishers, and what I mean by smaller is not DC and Marvel. So maybe Vertigo too. We'll throw those bones and.
You're in charge of DC. Do
Yeah, I don't want Vertigo.
I get the book. I get the good books. You guys got to take the scraps.
Well, you got to lose Icon too.
Okay.
All right. I don't know if you.
What
Icon book is we?
I read the Icon books when they never come out. So.
We talk about Kick-Ass sometimes, but that's about it.
You said ass.
Oh, we've said Kick-Ass before. All right. So, Mara, what is coming out from Dark Horse, Image, IDW, Kaboom, Dynamite?
Well, since I didn't know I would
Fantagraphics.
be joining you guys today until about an hour ago, I have not done my research on what's coming out nationwide for any of those companies.
But some stuff is.
Here at Conway Comics, we have a few things that will be available to you today, such as Abe Sapien. As you can see, it's a Hellboy.
Yeah, he's got his own book.
Yeah,
He's
Hellboy
all creepy
character.
looking and stuff now. They changed the way he's looking. It's crazy.
It looks very dark and beautiful and good. And also, Mike Carey, who I believe writes The Unwritten.
Yep, The Unwritten.
For Vertigo.
He used to write the X-Men. He's writing Lucifer's is probably the first real big book.
So he's got Suicide Risk coming out this week from Boom. Which, you know, if you enjoy The Unwritten from Vertigo, you should look into it and support smaller books. Also from J. Michael Straczynski, we have 10 Grand, which I wasn't aware of this coming out this week, and this is the first issue from Image.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to kind of just jump into something new, may I suggest 10 Grand this week.
Which means it'll probably be good too if it's the first issue from Image.
It should Straczynski. I mean, he's back at doing Joe Comics again, which hasn't been in a long time. And one of my favorite things he's ever done was a Joe comic, Midnight Nation.
Yeah.
So I'm interested for sure.
Yeah.
Is this the thing?
No, that's a
It's a
catalog.
catalog.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We told you this.
There's this book with Elmo on it, and I thought it was cool. It's a catalog.
Comics are for kids, dude.
Yeah.
Comics are for kids.
Comics
not that.
should be available to kids.
Yeah.
If you know any kids, keep in mind that May 4th is Free Comic Book Day, and if you're lucky to have a comic book store that offers comic books on Free Comic Book Day,
what a
take
jab.
a kid with you.
Yeah.
It's not a job.
It's a jab to Conway Comics because we
No,
don't have free comics.
Because they're not free, and we're also not up on the Fridays.
I'm sure if a kid came in, you'd give him a copy of like
10 Grand?
Hawkeye and Mockingbird.
Dead.
Speaking about comic books being for kids, we got some boob windows and Batman's being choked with a chain. So from DC this week, we got Detective Comics, which, remember when we were all excited when John Layman was going to be writing for Detective Comics? I was, but I shouldn't have been.
You're so negative.
Well,
point out the cool stuff. That guy's blue for some reason. What's going on?
Yeah, I have no idea. The Emperor Penguin is now blue and choking Batman, where they.
He's unchained.
He's unchained because that's what DC does now. Thank you, Django. Coming off of the awesome, what should have been my pick of the week. I don't know. Was Supergirl 19 my pick of the week?
I don't think we were caught off guard because they didn't even mention that was where she was getting her costume. We thought this was where she was getting her costume.
If you can go back to your LCS and find Supergirl 19, get it because it's really good.
Even if you're not interested in Supergirl, it's a big time Power Girl issue.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm really surprised they didn't push it more as that.
Exactly, and we get the first new classic costume cover from. World's Finest 12.
Did I say boob window this time?
There's boob window on the cover. I can't remember if the fold out because we didn't want to advertise the fold out and spoil it for those that don't have the internet.
I did, but she was flying towards Supergirl, so you couldn't see the boob window for sure. So you couldn't see for sure that was her costume.
So she was wearing that costume on the fold out.
Pretty positive.
All right. Then we got Swamp Thing issue 20. I haven't read this new guy stuff yet. It's sitting there. I've heard it is pretty good. TJ wrote on the blog that he enjoyed it.
Yeah, I read Swamp Thing as a trade, so I haven't read it. Yeah. I haven't finished Raw Worlds yet, so
well, there's that.
I'm behind.
He's apparently still dealing with Superman. So, you can tell us more about this. Earth 2.
Earth 2's kicking some kick ass, as we say.
Good, yeah. Title.
Yeah, Dr. Fate was introduced in the last issue, pretty much, or at least in this story. So this is the finale of the battle with Wotan, this crazy magical bad guy. I've already read it because we're doing this later than we normally do. So it's the Justice side is actually pretty much forming in this one. Alan Scott was fighting it originally and kind of getting closer to being a team in this issue.
Awesome. Very cool. Animal Man, well, if you read the blog, you know what my pretty scathing comments on Jeff Lemire. Apparently, if you go on Reddit and you talk crap about Jeff Lemire, people will hate you without reading what exactly you were arguing over. Sorry, I know that's kind of a jab. But I really am cheering for this book. I just want Lemire to... I just wish he had focused more attention on this book, and I think he's getting distracted, but still I'm excited. Half-Hearted Lemire is still better than a lot of other comics.
That is true.
So, that's pretty much it for DC, or is it? Yeah. WTF!
Right,
What's the 52?
Oh, we didn't get to do the last one, dude.
That's gonna be the...
No, that's fine. Did you have Aquaman in there?
Oh, Aquaman came out. Yeah, which is the last the second to last WTF. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, this is a WTF that you fold and you find the...
It's a weird one, though, because you would think that would be what you would put under the cover.
Right.
I mean, spoilers, the other picture is Aquaman.
Yeah, it's not very fascinating. But this is the second to last, because Justice League 3 has yet to come out.
Justice League of America 3.
Justice League of America 3 is yet to come out, and that's supposed to be the last...
It should be.
WTF cover. I hope so. I really hope so.
I mean, it's got to be. I think it's the only one that's behind.
Yeah.
I'm sick of gimmicks.
Yeah. Well, we gotta do something.
Well, that's comics.
Because now we're to Marvel.
Yeah.
Although, speaking of gimmicks, it's another Age of Ultron.
Hey.
I mean, it's almost weekly, so that feels gimmicky. But it's been a good story. It's moving a little slow for me, but Wolverine killed some people, so that was cool.
How?
I almost spoiled the last
one. Book 7, was it 12? Is it 12?
I think it's 10, actually, so we're getting close to the end.
Wow.
Yeah, it is 10.
Number 4.
You get some weird...
Spoilers, 10 is Angela.
Yeah. Neil Gaiman.
Well, Neil Gaiman's Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't think he's writing Age of Ultron.
But isn't like his character?
Yeah, it's his character for sure. Next up, one of my favorite books, All New X-Men.
Yeah, so good.
You get to find out which of the original X-Men left if you didn't read Uncanny, which you should be, so you probably know.
It's Angel.
Oh, dude, spoiler.
What's wrong with you?
Sorry, but you should. If you're mad about that, read Uncanny X-Men. It's fantastic.
That's true. Yes, you're right. If you're reading this and you're not reading Uncanny, that's kind of your fault.
Yeah, they go great together.
Especially these particular issues. Next up, some more Hawkeye. Kind of get some origins of the bro guys. Spear Spider-Man. I'm not going to say much about this, but it's looking like this is going to be another big issue. So if you're into collecting stuff, you might want to make sure to pick one of these up.
No, that's exciting. I didn't know about that.
Well, look at the cover.
If you look on the internet, you can get some spoilers. TJ spoiled it for me already.
Ah, man.
That's why it's not on the video.
Yeah, well, TJ sucks.
Time out.
Thanos Rising, continuing Thanos' origin. And if you were worried that this was going to be a one where you look back and you're like, oh, now I understand Thanos, and maybe he really is a good guy.
No, Thanos. He's a messed up kid.
It's an awesome book, though.
Yeah.
And then we got X Factor. Some more Hell on Earth.
Now, remind me, isn't X Factor coming to an end soon?
I was just going to say, they just announced this week that Peter David is wrapping it up after they're doing this story, then the story called The End of it's the last X Factor story, or End of X Factor, it's one of those two. And then I think he's going to do a couple issues and wrap the whole series up.
Which he's been doing for
10 years is what they said, which should be about right. It's a kind of a bummer, but he does say he's got something else lined up with Marvel, so...
And good for him.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
Especially with health issues this year.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. He's able to keep on doing what he loves best.
Yeah, and if you're interested in that, if you follow him on Facebook, his wife, Kathleen, is giving updates periodically, so I think they're real excited because he's able to close his hands at this point. He can actually start typing some because he's been just dictating his stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You should support the staff behind these comics that you're reading, people.
Yeah, and if you do want to support him on their links, they've got links to his Amazon books and that kind of stuff, so you can
support it financially and emotionally.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, what you should know about these comic writers is they adore most of them adore their fans and love to hear positive and encouraging things.
I've met Peter David before. He's awesome. Yeah. So, and a really good writer.
Yep. No, man, sad. This has been kind of I mean it's bittersweet.
We're classing it up a little from our. There's no
Peter David.
I mean, we threw the boob window out a couple times, but
boob, kick-ass boob window.
Oh yeah,
it really is.
She's not lying. Which I'll wear a kick-ass boob window next time.
You should. That would be awesome.
If this gets over 200 views and 10 comments.
So is that like a Hit Girl costume, but with the boob window cut out?
No, I'll just.
It's
just a T-shirt with a hole in it.
All right.
Oh man. People on YouTube will watch this and say, "Is there any way I can have my views back? I don't want it to count."
Yes.
Tell your friends.
Or not.
So, are we on pick of the week now?
We are ready to pick a week.
I'm gonna go first.
All right.
Because my pick of the week is one of the more mysterious comics because I haven't looked into it. But it's Gail Simone, who was fired from DC, and then the fans reacted, and DC was afraid and said, "Hey, come back. By the way, is there anything else you want to do?" And she said, "Yes, the movie." That's not this real story, is it?
Probably not. But I do know that she said yes, Plastic Man, and she's going to be doing some Plastic Man, it looks like.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, I know she's been kind of like going after that for a long time.
Yeah, her and Ethan Van Sciver have been talking about it forever.
That's going to be a fun series. DC needs some fun books.
I don't know if Ethan's tied to it or not, but theoretically she's doing Plastic Man. I started to say Black Panther, I don't know.
Which potentially this could be a fun DC book. I don't know. I know it's slightly political, but Amanda Conner covers. That's fun. Gail Simone is writing this, and Freddie Williams II. I'm not sure.
He's pretty good. He did the Captain Atom book the New 52, and I didn't like his style then, but he changed his style pretty drastically. Just flipping through that, it looks like he's kind of moving back a little more toward what he was doing before when he was doing JSA All Stars.
Excellent. So I'm excited about it, just because, well, I'm not sure what it's about. It's.
I know everybody's hoping that's where we're going to start sneaking in Stephanie Brown type characters, the characters that she digs, that like Misfit and Stephanie Brown, those kind of characters.
Donna Troy.
Right. Well,
I don't know about Donna Troy.
If anything, it looks like there's some freedom on this book. Meaning she's creating characters. And
totally.
Like
yes,
that.
I think if they're not all new characters, they're all obscure characters for sure.
Yeah. So there's a lot of creativity, which is really what DC needs the most of. besides a lot of other things. All right, y'all pick of the week.
All right, we're kind of teaming up, but first let me say, if you don't like spoilers, this is the cover that's spoiling it, so I don't know how you're going to get around that. But if you don't want spoilers on Fables or Fairest, skip ahead a little bit.
WTF.
Because
WTV.
The big reveal is that Prince Charming is back in Fairest.
And looking better than ever.
So, it's, what's her name? I can't remember. It's a new character. I can't even find her name. But it's a new character in one of the Arabic Fable lands. And they're dealing with the fact that all their men have left. And she goes on a quest to meet the Maharaja. Is that how you say it?
It's like an Arabian Nights kind of.
And then, spoilers, it's Prince Charming.
I do want to say that Fables can be very intimidating to get through. There's well over 100 issues. What is it, 130?
Yeah, we're up over, I think we're like in the 20s, 120, I don't remember.
Yeah, we're close to 120, 130 issues. But you really don't need to know much about the Fables universe to enjoy Fairest. Fairest kind of singles out just bits and pieces of the entire...
Yeah, this is the first part of a new story, and each story is a different writer and artist.
If you just know that it's based on mythology and fables, you can still enjoy
Right, exactly. Right, yeah,
the
when
series.
you see it's Prince Charming, I mean, we all knew Prince Charming is, whether you've read Fables or not. So,
It's enjoyable if you don't know about the Fables universe itself, but it's even more enhanced when paired with the series.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely worth you looking into, especially Adam who says the cover art. And it's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
Yep.
There's a funny pun at the end. Sorry. You should read it. I don't know anything about it, and it made me laugh, so... In the last DC book that's made you do that. I read Old Booster Gold.
I just started the Teen Titans Omnibus by Jeff Johns, and there's a moment where they turn to Tim Drake, and he's like, dude, you just lied to Starfire. And he turns and he says, I lied to Batman. And he's like, I miss you, Tim Drake.
That's awesome.
All the Teen Titans. So that made me laugh. But that was a comic book from like 15 years ago.
Yeah, right. I love comic books.
I guess it's more like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
I read this, and
We're rambling now?
We're at the rambling portion. We usually ramble at the beginning, so we got through the non-rambling pretty quick.
There's this Booster Gold, and I can't figure out which issue it was, but he goes back in time and he tries to alter the events of the Killing Joke.
Yeah.
He tries to stop the Joker from paralyzing Batgirl, or Barbara. And he ultimately has to accept that she was meant to be paralyzed.
Right. I don't remember which number, but that was an awesome issue. That whole series was awesome.
Yeah, I found that I didn't buy it, but there's a flea market here in Conway, and they had the entire run like packaged up for like $20.
You should have bought it.
Should I have?
Yeah, Booster Gold's awesome. I mean, it definitely started with Jeff Johns, and even when he leaves, Dan Jurgens takes over, and he created the character, so it's good. Go back and buy it. Although these guys are going to go buy it now.
Yeah, hey.
Save Matt $20.
Conway's the town of flea markets. Good luck finding out which one.
That's a good point.
All right. So is there anything to add? Well,
Not at all.
Brian, where are we located?
Conway Comics, 255 Ferris Road, right behind
the old UCA. Good old UCA. It was like 7 weeks ago.
That's our only ongoing joke.
It's all we got.
And it's the only thing the only thing I know that makes you at least chuckle every time I say it.
Exactly. Well, from the Secret Life of Comic Books, I'm Matt Wood.
I'm Mara Whiteside.
I'm Brian Keown.
Oh, his last name. I don't think we've ever said that on here.
Probably not, because you're not going to be able to spell it anyway. It's not like Wood.
I can't spell it. But, thanks for watching, and we will see you next week, the second week in May.